So yesterday, our president addressed the country about where we're at, where we were, and where we're going. Let me tell you a little bit about the state of dentistry today. And this comes specifically for full arch, fee-for-service, boutique type of dental offices. The patients are getting sicker, the cases are getting harder, and the ability to staff your office is getting almost impossible. Now is the time to sit down, write down your goals like you did maybe 10 or 15 years ago, write your mission, and make sure that you stay straight. Have your straight line so you get to where you need to be. You know, full arch dentistry is, specifically implant dentistry, is going through this transition where clinics, and I say clinics, is where they no longer treat patients as patients. They treat them as numbers, or even worse, as arches. Sometimes you hear dentists talk to each other and they don't say, well, how many patients did you treat this month? They may say, I did 5 arches. I did 20 arches. I hope next week I do 30 arches. Well, patients are not arches. Patients are people. And that's my first recommendations for you. Get back to treating people. Look at them as if they were your family, the family that you love. But more importantly, treat them with your honesty. Treat them with the most amount of skill that you have at your disposal. Don't cheap out on what you're gonna offer for them because they wanna pay cheaper. Remember, your license is on the line, but more importantly, your integrity. You need to be able to sleep at night about what you do for the patient. Make sure that the implants you place are cutting edge. Make sure that the way that you do surgery is minimally disruptive. Make sure that the way you speak to people at your first consultation, or even more, the way your team answers the phone for them. Because let me tell you something, it's extremely vulnerable for a patient to come in and to actually trust us. Because when they come to see a full arch implant dentist, they don't trust dentists at all. They've been through so many people that have promised them the world. And now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna step up? Are you gonna offer them better dentistry? Are you gonna offer them really what they need and what they want? Not just what you want or what you need so that you can add it to your trophy case of how many arches you did this month? Treat people with dignity, and I promise you your office will not only survive, but it will thrive in this unbelievable, difficult situation that we are now in. Secondly, and lastly, look to your colleagues. Speak to your colleagues, because everybody's going through the same thing. Whether it's a plus or a minus, share your wins, share your losses, share your challenges, because together we will do better. The day of a solo practitioner just doesn't exist anymore. You don't have to do that. There is social media, there are groups, there are conferences where you can meet each other. I'm tired of meeting people and saying, how can I do it for cheaper? How can I do this arch for cheaper? How can I do this and make more money? Let me tell you something, and this is a thinking that I've had since 20 years that I've been being a dentist. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the numbers. Worry about doing the best dentistry for the person that comes to your office and treats you and trusts you. This is what's most important. And after that, the money will always come. Your reputation will always follow you. I have patients that come from overseas, that come internationally, and they say, Jonathan, your reputation is stellar. And I can tell you that is the best compliment, better than any money, better than any amount of arches that you can ever receive. But more importantly, that the patient comes in and trusts you. And this takes time. But when you live by the ability to always do best for your patient, not saying, I'm gonna save $5 on a screw, I'm gonna get a cheaper implant, I'm gonna get a cheaper zirconia, I'm gonna do the surgery faster and use cheaper parts. Stop it. Your patient trusts you. It is time to start acting like the doctor, the surgeon, the technician, and the engineer that you are trained to be.